happy Thanksgiving. So we're here, we're gonna talk a little turkey gravy. So in my household, the most important thing of the Thanksgiving meal is the turkey gravy. Short story, I forgot the turkey gravy one year that I was supposed to bring home and almost led to a divorce with my wife. So if she's watching this, she'll know what we're talking about. So it's really important as far as the gravy goes. Everybody does it a little bit different, but to have a turkey gravy that's lumpy is kind of the worst thing, and I know Mom used to do that sometimes. So first thing we'll talk about is thickening the gravy. Everybody wants a thick gravy, but nowadays we don't want to use flour. Typically a roux, a flour butter mixture was used. Nowadays we do reductions of our stocks. We use cornstarch, we use xanthan gum, and we use arrowroot, which are all just different thickening agents derived from different plants and different sources, be it corn, tropical plants, or sugars to help with the thickening process. What I'm going to show you today is we're going to do a little preserved lemon turkey gravy. We're going to put a little bit of sherry in there, some Chardonnay, we have some preserved lemon, and we're just going to do a reduction of it. I'm not going to do any, I'm going to keep it gluten-free for everybody on that. So we're going to do a show. A couple things we always start off with. We have our mirepoix, our carrots, onions, and celery, and we're using the roasted turkey, all the drippings, all of that, what we call fond, on the bottom of the pan to get all our flavor. You can use turkey stock, you can use chicken stock, you can use chicken bouillon, you can use all those things, but at the end of the day, if you roast your turkey, you can still get a ton of flavor with just using the turkey drippings, your vegetables, and water and herbs. So it doesn't have to be stock. So for the turkey gravy, we're talking about the fond, we're talking about the base for making the gravy. So here, I've taken the pan that I had roasted my turkey on, and you see on the bottom here what I'm talking about. You see all this brown here and some of the drippings from the turkey. So I've added my mirepoix into here, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna deglaze, and I have some turkey stock here. We're just gonna pour the turkey stock on the bottom of this so that we can scrape up, and that's where all the flavor is. And that's where I talked about, if you just have water, and that's the only thing you have, you still will be able to pick up some good flavor here by doing this. So I'm just gonna scrape this a little bit, we're gonna bring this back to a boil, and we're gonna get all those things off the bottom. Now the key is you wanna make sure you have enough fat in the bottom here so that stuff doesn't burn before you add your stock to it. So if you do, and you have some burn, go ahead and just scrape that out and then pour your chicken stock, your turkey stock, whatever you have, your water in there. Now what we've done, the magic of TV here a little bit, is I have some turkey that I've been cooking in another pan over here, doing the same thing, trying to build more flavor for our stock. I have turkey neck, I have some by the legs, and then I actually have a carcass from a turkey that we roasted earlier just to pick up more flavor, and you see again a nice brown color. So now once we have this to a boil, we're going to add this into here. Now if you want to thicken it, you want to do a classical with a roux, which is flour and butter, at this point you would put your mirepoix in here, no liquid. You would add a little bit extra fat in butter, oil of some sort, and then you would take your flour and you would kind of spread your flour over it, cooking it. Anytime you use roux, you're going to have to cook it for anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes to get rid of that flavor of just the raw flour flavor. Turkey stock, mirepoix, all our fond that's on the bottom here. Our turkey stock, our vegetables, and we're going to pour them into our other pot here that we have going. I want to flavor it. So what I'm doing today is I'm using a little bit of sherry. I'm going to use some Chardonnay. You don't have to do this step. You can add different liquids if you want. I've seen apple cider, apple juice. I've done red wine, I've done rosé wine, or just white wine for this. We're going to use a little mixture. I like how sherry kind of goes. It's a fortified wine, a little bit of sweetness that's going to add to this. So we're going to go ahead, pour a little bit of that in. Now the alcohol level is not really super high over this, so I didn't, normally if I had an open flame I'd take it off the flame, so so I don't start a big fireball. So next time, other than just pouring it over, take it off the flame, turn it off, pour your alcohol in, and then put it back on the stove. So we've added our alcohol, we've let that come down a little bit. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add all this turkey stock, mirepoix, all our fond that's on the bottom here. Now if you can see here, we have all that there. We got our turkey bones, we got our turkey stock, we got our vegetables. They've been roasted a little bit. And we're gonna let this start to cook. I'm gonna add a little bit more turkey stock to this. And then we're gonna add a sachet to this too as well. Gravy in here, we have all our mirepoix in here. Then what I'm going to do is I have some preserved lemon, which basically we just take whole Meyer lemons, we make slits in them, we pack it in salt, draws out some of the liquid on there, and then we just use the rind of the lemons. I don't usually use the inside of it, I just use the rinds, which is going to add a ton of flavor. And again, turkey and lemon, these are all classical flavors. That little acidity is going to go really nice with the turkey. Then we're talking about herbs. You want more flavor and herbs. So what we did is a little cheesecloth, which I like to do the cheesecloth because you can put the herbs in, you can leave them set for the period of time you want. So you can do 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and you can pull them out. At the end of the day, we're going to be straining this whole thing, so it doesn't really matter as far as if you just want to throw them in, chop them up, and then we're going to add some fresh herbs at the end too as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie this up. And I have bay leaf, thyme, just a touch of rosemary, oregano, a little bit of sage in here. You can really just, whatever herbs you like, go ahead and put in there. I'm really kind of fond of the thyme with the turkey. That oregano is really nice flavor. Rosemary, I barely put just a little bit in there because it's so strong. So at this point, we're just gonna let this cook. So you can be heating up all your sides, doing everything else, turkey's resting, and then your gravy's coming down, your whole kitchen's smelling wonderful, and now it's just the waiting game and just letting it reduce versus having to add something to thicken it. You can let this reduce until it gets thick. It's a perfect complement to your turkey, to your mashed potatoes, to your sweet potatoes, to your green beans, whatever you want to put it on, which is pretty much the whole plate, you can put it on. So now what we have here, I've taken the stock, I've cooked it, and we strained it. Got all the bones, mirepoix, we've already have all our flavor from all the herbs, and what we're doing is we're just trying to reduce this down a little bit more. So at this point, if you said to yourself, hey, I need a quart or 2 quarts, whatever, this is where you would do your thickening agent as far as cornstarch, arrowroot, or a xanthan gum. The cornstarch, you use a slurry, you take a little bit of water and cornstarch, you whisk it in, you bring it to a boil, you cook it for a minute or two, and you have the consistency you want. Once you get that consistency, what I like to do is I'm going to reduce this down just a little bit, and then we're going to add our chopped herbs, which we have a little bit of thyme, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of tarragon to it. And then beforehand, and we didn't show this, we actually took some of the, they call it the giblets, so the livers and things. We roasted those, we chopped those up, and this is going to add a little bit more of that hearty turkey flavor. And we're going to add a little bit of this to it, or all of it actually. We're going to add our herbs to it. Let this come down, and then the last touch to finish it off is a little bit of butter. And with this, we're just going to add a few pieces of butter. Now at this point, you have your thickness, you have what you want, and I'm going to pull this off, and then I'm just going to slowly whisk this in. And this is just going to be the kind of finishing touch to that perfect turkey gravy that you can add to everything you have on the table today. So hopefully this gives you a little insight into how to make a turkey gravy. As I said, there's a lot of different things you can add to it as far as flavoring goes, but the real key is roast a good turkey, take that pan full of drippings, the vegetables, carrots, onions, and celery, add a liquid, get all that fond, all that flavor, start with a good base, and then from there it's just a little bit about time. Let it reduce down. If you want to thicken it, there's tons of different options, gluten-free, non-gluten-free options that work really well. And then, add some wine, different wines. If you're drinking a nice Pinot Noir or Rosé, add a little bit in. You don't need the whole bottle. Take a half a bottle, drink it, save some for the turkey gravy. That's it. So have a happy Thanksgiving.